Preston City Oval. The umpire holds the ball aloft and gets things underway. It's Barrow and Stefano. Barrow falls to ground, takes first possession. Neither ruck able to get a tap. And we'll have a secondary stoppage immediately. Barrow's back immediately, just covered in mud. He's going to get the tap down from this secondary stoppage. Hall's going to go in low and hard. Gets first possession, goes in low again, almost gives away the free kick. Eventually it does come out in the direction of Teague Van Sweden. Gets the first kick forward for South Morang, but the rebound comes through Searle for Diamond Creek. Towards the outer side. Marshall's in there. And the ball just trickles over the boundary line. Nicholas Sacco, welcome back up into the commentary box. We've given our tip. Who are you going for in this grand final, best on ground pick?
Yeah, I said Diamond Creek all week, probably by a bigger margin than what I'm going to tip now. I'm going to say a 7-point win, I think, for Diamond Creek. I think Dale Marshall was my best on ground tip on the podcast, so that's who I'll stick to again. You have another great season, of course, named in the team of the year as well yesterday for Division 2. So we'll see if he can lead his side to victory today as the ball gets tossed back up and that one not going anywhere. Expect a very stoppage-heavy game this afternoon in this grand final. A minute and a quarter in, of course, at Preston City Oval. A good crowd continuing to build. It's Stefano in the ruck again. He looks to get himself out of trouble. He was trying to get it towards Trianu. Couldn't quite get there. Booth now underneath as well. And already some mud impacting the numbers on the back of jerseys, but going well.
Don't think there'll be many white shirts at the end of this match.
As Barrow's able to get the tap down. Can't quite find a teammate. And able to get a handball out now. Diamond Creek player does slip over. Tackled by Bailey Brown. And caught holding the ball. So Brown will have it on the outer side. On centre wing here for South Morang. Neither side has gone inside forward 50 as of yet. His kick forward. Potter's standing under it. Can't take the mark. Trying to get a quick scrubbing kick forward. There is Lansfield. Goes to a one-on-one. Going in once again, but a kicking in danger. Free kick has been paid against Tyrone Leonardis. And it will be Diamond Creek in defensive 50 to rebound.
You can see there, weather and wind very heavy this afternoon, but still should make for a pretty good afternoon, although that ball goes out of bounds for a boundary throw-in on the outer side. So 2.5 minutes into this MC Labour Division 2 grand final. No side yet to hit the scoreboard, but from what we've seen throughout the earlier games today, that's going to be a hard task, you would think, despite one of these teams being the number one attacking side in the comp. It's Stefano that gets the tap more into space, trying to run onto it. There was Ty Hall. Keeping covering his Barnes. It will be the Creekers that do get the clearance. Down the line they go. And intercepting that one was Teague Van Zwenen, although umpire said he didn't control it completely as it went over the line. So we're going to have a boundary throw in. Almost true centre wing now out of side. Lots of clouds overhead, but rain has stopped for the time being. Ball gets tossed up. It's Stefano that gets the tap. Barrow at the bottom of that pack. And that ball not going anywhere by the looks of it. Stefano looking for his first premiership in South Morang colours. Wasn't part of the 2022 decided due to suspension, but has won a premiership at this ground before. Of course, back with Whittlesea in 2019. Here's Ty Hall emerging from the pack. Got the clearing kick towards half forward. It was the Creekers that got a fist onto it. Now trying to get his way out of trouble were a couple of Creekers, and umpire said, well, I'll have it. And we'll go again for a ball up.
So Stefano just wrestles Barrow off it and eventually gets a kick inside forward 50 for South Morang. Diamond Creek defender intercepts, but Kobe Van Zwinen's there, gets a handball out. Shrugging a tackle and a kick over to Trainu. Inside forward 50 for South Morang. Finds a target that he likes, has two Diamond Creek defenders to contend with. But ball goes over all their heads and over the boundary line in the forward pocket. Ball will be thrown in.
And Trainu's going to be one to watch all afternoon. Received a Team of the Year award during the week, deservingly so, and on that wing he can be a really threatening player trying to move the ball forward into South Morang's forward 50.
Inside forward 50, the ball's thrown in now. Can't quite take clean possession, so it's going to be wrapped up once again. Doing the early attacking was Nathan Searle, who won the toss for Diamond Creek and kicked to the city end.
What do we think of that, boys?
Yeah, we spoke about it. It's usually the scoring end. It's what we come to expect at Preston City Oval, but doesn't seem that way today as we have a blood rule for one of the Diamond Creek players. So stoppage in play, but the ball will be thrown up about 20 metres around from the South Morang goal at the market end in this first quarter. Going in, quick snap towards goal for South Morang. Jolly's got it. And South Morang had the first of the 2024 MC Labour Division 2 Grand Final. And the Rezzies love it below our commentary position. Liam Jolly kicks the first for South Morang.
It's a huge goal from Liam Jolly to kickstart the Lions' afternoon. Was so great in that qualifying final against Diamond Creek, playing that role in the ruck. And we just saw him there, just using his body, out-muscling his opponent, snapping round on the right. Great start for the Lions.
Lovely story is Liam Jolly, of course, was part of the 2022 flag. This is only his 5th game of the season after some injury concerns to start the season, but he's found his way back into the side. As we go back in the middle, it's Barrow that got the tap, trying to get involved is Marshall. But a high contact free goes away of Bailey Brown. He quickly gets it off to Lockie Potter. Now he finds Traianu, who so good on that wing. He's going to send it inside 50 again for South Morang. This time, though, it's going to be intercepted by Barrow, the hole. He's going to go for the switch kick. Very dangerous one. Leonardis goes to apply some pressure. And struggling to control it on that occasion was Ryan Donaldson. Creekers do get away with it, though. The mark was dropped there by Jet McLaughlin. One back by the Lions, although it's Liam Failer who can't. No, the ball stayed in play for now, and McLaughlin gets tackled immediately by Tyrone Leonardis. We'll have the ball up between wing and half forward on the broadcast side for the Lions, who lead this one straight 6. Creekers are yet to score. We're 6.5 minutes into the opening term. Stefano got the tap. Kane Hall got a hand onto it and then just lost it for a moment, which allowed other players to slide in and force another stoppage. So, as we said, it'll be a very stoppage-heavy game this afternoon, you would feel like, here at Preston City Oval. Stefano again, front spot, decides to grab it out of the ruck. Can't get that ball away, and the umpire says he had prior, and holding the footy is the call. So great pressure there from Diamond Creek. It sees Barrow regain possession for the Creekers. He's just going to chip it short. And Ryan Donaldson, who also has been great on the wing for the Creekers this year, will take possession of the footy. He's just going to slide this one back and just get the Creekers to reset. They do like this kick mark game, although that one's cut off by the team of the year. Centre half back, it's Kalpakis who hands it off to Adam DePropitis. Sends it to the top of the goal square. Creekers with numbers, front and centre, but not controlling it though. It was a couple of Creeker defenders. Now they're under pressure to get rid of this footy. Great tackle from Josh Lansfield, and it causes another stoppage.
So early pressure here from South Morang. Kalpakis taking the intercept mark and then getting it inside forward 50 as the ball thrown up. Jolly's going to contend for South Morang. Marshall coming through. Eventually the Creekers get the kick out. Pingree's in there. He's tackled by 2 South Morang opponents. And is there a free kick for incorrect disposal in there? So Bailey Brown has it. Man on the mark standing a metre inside 50 for South Morang. He's going to move it on quickly and he's going to go long and high. Dintina Sante standing under it. Almost takes the mark. Just falls out of his hands at the last second, and the Diamond Creek defenders do well to rush that one over. So South Morang doing all the attacking early in this grand final. 1-1-7, leading Diamond Creek yet to score.
8.25 minutes in. It's going to be the Creekers skipper, Nathan Searle, who didn't play, of course, in that qualifying final against the Lions. We'll just chip it short here and find Danyan Camburis. So we'll look to get things going now towards the outer side. Sends a spearing ball down the line. He was looking for Pingree, but it was Ty Hall, the man in front, who spoils that one out of bounds. So 1-1-7 South Morang. Diamond Creek are yet to score. We are just about into the 9-minute mark of this opening term as the ball prepares to be thrown back into play between wing and half forward. Stefano again to do the ruck work. He's the man in front, but it's Creekers all at ground level, trying to get through on that occasion, and being unsuccessful was Mitch Dale. The Lions now go back towards the top of the goal square, and Dintin Osante, just before he reached the goal line, was able to mark, and he'll all but certainly put through South Morang's second of this grand final. Top of the goal square, straight in front, no problems. Their forward start gets on the board, and the Lions have 2 early majors. 2-1-13 of South Morang. Diamond Creek yet to score. 9.5 gone.
And Dintino Sante just so lethal in those 1-on-1 positions. And, you know, that's where the Lions are going to look. As soon as they turn inside forward 50, they're going to look for him 1-on-1. He was so threatening, kicking the 5 goals in the best on-ground performance in the qualifying final. And for Diamond Creek, they've just got to make sure they stay as close to him as possible, because if he gets on a roll, he can really damage you.
Had an opportunity a couple of moments ago and dropped that mark, but wasn't going to drop his second opportunity as the ball back into the middle of Preston City Oval. Now Barrow gets the tap down, but it's sharked by a South Morang opponent in Hall. No, sorry, it's Bailey Brown in and under there. So a secondary stoppage in the middle of the ground. Stefano gets a tap down. Brown's in there. Gets a handball out to DePropertis. He gets a scrubbing kick forward, but it's going to go inside forward 50. Barnes smothered as he kicked. Eventually falls in the hands of Teague Van Zwenen, but it's going to go inside forward 54. Diamond Creek. It's a one-on-one contest as reinforcements come for both sides. Eventually the clearing kick comes out for Kalpakis to Trainu. The gather and the turn. Takes one bounce. Can't quite take possession of it once again. Pushed off it by a Diamond Creek opponent. And now the Creekles will go back inside forward 50. Got a man standing on his own. Stefano comes in with the relieving tap for South Morang. And it's going to be mopped up by Van Zwenen, who gets the free kick. Kalpakis of the Deacon variety has it and gets it over to Ty Hall.
So the line skipper has it in the back 50 on the outer side. He's going to send this one down the line. Kobe Davies looked to meet it. Two Creekers flew in the air. One of them was Searle. And he was able to spoil that ball out of bounds. And, well, on a dry day, that's James Traunu off to the races, really. It's certainly an inside 50 entry, but just couldn't get that ball to come back to him on that occasion. The Creekers were able to quickly swoop, but nonetheless, the Lions in a good position early in this grand final. It's going to be Jolly again, but the tap this time coming away from Ben Major. That ball getting towards the boundary line, but it's one by the Lions who send it towards half forward, but Creek is able to stand tall. Randall, he's just going to chip this one, and Jack Empey's got it in defensive 50, so I'll just slow things down for now. Mark taken by Barrow, and he's going to go towards the broadcast side now. He's got Robbie Noble with a heap of space in front of him. He's just waiting for players to get down the line here. Hesitated as he kicked that one. It's going to fall short. It will land for Mitch Kalpakis, who is an intercept mark machine, has been all season. He's doing so again already today. Kalpakis, right foot ball. He's going to send this one inside 50. Gets good purchase on it. Almost landed at the back for a teammate. Creekers have to handball their way out of trouble for now, and they eventually do so with a chipping kick. It might hang in the air long enough. It does. Noble just gets on top of Tyrone Leonardis, and Noble's got a defensive side of the wing broadcast side. Doesn't know where to go with the kicks. Going to chip it to Pingree. Doing well to get a hand onto it there was the Propertus. Pingree again. And they're in a bit of trouble here, the Creekers. McLaughlin, looping handball, doesn't get to Tobin, didn't get the bounce. Still a chance for Failer. Diamond Creek win it back. They send it towards half forward, but guess who? Mitch Kalpakis this time had it taken away from him by Jarvis. Ball hits the deck. Kalpakis again just wants the boundary line. He gets the boundary line, but the umpire's going to pay insufficient intents. And the Creekers will reset on the centre wing.
He did have two players there, but kicked it further forward than either of them could control it. It was clear he was only really looking for the boundary line in that moment. So Diamond Creek will have the ball right on centre wing in front of our broadcast position. The short kick, fly, but Failer standing in the hole. McLaughlin brings it down. Oh. Big bug laid by Kalpakis.
Oh, huge statement right in front of the Lions faithful, and that's kind of been the story of this first quarter thus far. Diamond Creek just under immense pressure when they're trying to enter their forward 50. The Lions have definitely been the better side in that department. It
was Jarvis who had it. It was met hard by Mitch Kalpakis, who's having a starring role so far. Barrow gets the tap down. Kick inside forward 50 from Booth. And it is wrapped up right on the paint of 50 metres. Tom Baird has it. And the umpire will call for a ball up.
Mitch Kalpakis certainly asserting his authority on this contest. Barrow was looking for Booth to hit out, but right in front of him was Kane Hall. Muscat tries to tap it out of defensive 50. And the umpire will call for it again. Mitch Kalpakis has been superb in 2024. Best in 8 of 20 games. He's been a rock in defence. Now has his brother beside him as Booth wins the clearance. That bouncing ball, who does it favour? Pingree read it best, got through to Muscat, tackle. Chance here for Diamond Creek. Jarvis kicked it straight into a teammate. Now the Lions are the ones under a little bit of duress. It spills out. That ball dropped. Umpire lets it go. A lot of numbers around this footy at the moment. Umpire says, I'll have it. Almost directly in front. We're only 25 metres out from the Creekers goal, who they've barely had a look in now at the 15-minute mark of this opening term. Jolly gets the tap. He's going to get Leonardis to run onto this, but going in hard the other way was Elwood. Leonardis eventually keeps his feet. Gets the clearance here for the Lions out of defensive 50. Trying to get a hand onto it on that occasion was Chris Maloney. They do go back inside 50 now, Diamond Creek. Great punch from Deacon Kalpakis. Here's Ty Hall. Mitch Kalpakis. That clearing kick not great. Bounces okay for Jolly. Got rid of the tackle well, and they'll clear it away because the Lions are out. It's going to bounce in front here on occasion for Max Hayes. He's got a bit of time to pick this one up. Tracks back to Potter. Potter is 60 out from home. Very high ball. Stefano's coming in, bumped off it, and that ball eventually trickles its way through for a free kick. In fact, it's going to go to Diamond Creek with that bump, and Randall will regain possession.
Yeah, Stefano initiated the contact there, so umpire called the free kick against the South Morang big man, and Diamond Creek will relieve out of defence. And on the half-back flank now, it is South Morang 2-1-13, leading Diamond Creek yet to score. 16 minutes into this grand final. Mark taking defensive side of centre wing for the Creekers. Going to go inboard with that kick to Tobin. He's going to go lateral. They'll find their way to the outer side now. And just a short one over the top. Mark is taken for Diamond Creek by Maloney. Now inside the forward half, Tobin's been working, gets to the position, but the punch comes from Potter and goes over the boundary line, so umpire will throw it back in. Diamond Creek finally getting the ball forward and gaining a little bit of ascendancy, but really need to hit the scoreboard late in this first quarter as the umpire brings the ball back into play. It is Major up against Jolly in the ruck contest. Major does work at ground level. Now quick kick towards forward 50. Tobin's there. Can't take the mark. Potter's there to mop up for South Morang. Goes backwards with the handball. And the long kick out of defence for the Lions. Goes over the big pack of players. But it's all Diamond Creek at the back. Marshall's in there. And now a quick kick forward. It's a dangerous one. But Noble does well to take the mark inside forward 50. Can't quite find a target. McLaughlin's in there. Tries to get a high free kick, and he does. So it will be Diamond Creek's first shot on goal in this MC Labour Division 2 grand final. And it will be Jet McLaughlin with the ball.
Jet McLaughlin, the 18-year-old. Every time he steps on the footy field, you can just guarantee 100% effort. He'll just get in there in the tight contest, not afraid to put his body on the line. And in that case, getting the reward of a free kick where he'll line up and try and get Diamond Creek on the scoreboard in this grand final.
So he's lining up, not much angle to speak of. A step inside 50 with the kick. Sends it long, but the wind is going to hold it up, and the South Morang defenders do really well. Well, it's Dintina Santo who takes the relieving mark of the last line of defence for South Morang. Not often you see him in the defensive goal square.
And he's getting some stick from the Diamond Creek fans behind him as he looks to go towards the outer side. Leaping was Major. One back, though, by the Creekers. Spearing ball inside 50. Didn't get a great bounce, did Jarvis. Doing well was Teague Van Zwienen. Lots of lines going in hard. Creekers doing the same. It spills out for Barnes, although there's been a free kick. That will go back to South Morang, and it's going to go to Paul Sidhu. Played a lot of reserves footy over the last couple of years, but has found a spot in the senior side. This is his 16th game of the year. So Sidhu sends it deep towards the wing. Coming in from the side was almost Kobe Davies. He's at the bottom of this pack, but the ball not going anywhere. So we're not far away from time on in the opening term of this grand final. It's South Morang that have done all the scoring here, 2-1-13. The Creekers are yet to register a score. Chance for the Lions. Stefano's clearing kick was smothered. That ball not going anywhere as it stands. McLaughlin goes in hard, happy to hold it. And we will yet again go for another stoppage. See Gary Hall there, already a premiership coach with this Lions side. He's looking to make it two. Dintino Asante caught high, doing some work in the middle now. So he's played a bit of everywhere. Has the VFL listed forward. His defensive side of the square. And with some distance in him, gets that ball well towards half forward, but it's going to be cut off. And it's going to be reset again for Diamond Creek, and they'll just look to track back through Empey.
So Empey has it. He's going to go back where it came from, towards the half-back flank, finds a target, move it on quickly. Tobin takes a strong mark. Has Dintin Asante for company. Tobin, one of the experienced Diamond Creek players. He played in 2 West Preston flags on this ground. Kicks it to Dale Marshall. He's going to go inboard. He does find a target in the skipper, in Searle. He's going to go back to the outer side. And now inside forward 54 Diamond Creek. Kalpakis at the back brings the ball to ground for South Morang. And Trainu's out. He's going to go in the middle where he finds the Propertus. Gets a bit of a bump after he takes the mark, but umpire says nothing doing. He's going to go backwards where he finds Musket. Handball over the top. Hall's in there. And gets a long kick forward where he finds a target in Christidis. Inside forward 54 South Morang now. Dintin Asante at the back, but it was Camburis who spoiled that one over the boundary line, so the ball will be thrown back in right in front of the scoreboard, which does read South Morang 2-1-13, Diamond Creek yet to score.
Some heavy rain now starting to fall as well at Preston City Oval, but we are inside 50 for the Lions. Jolly gets the tap, and we'll have another stoppage as a result. So 21 minutes into this opening term. You know, scoring is going to be hard to come by today, and the Lions have been able to get a good fist of it early. Ty Hall almost got a space there. Couldn't quite. Creekers quickly to get numbers to the ball again. So it's that superb defensive unit with the likes of Matty Lewis and Joel Randall that are keeping things as tight as possible. Barrow gets the tap, this one more into space. Almost got to McLaughlin, who may have been held without the footy. He was. So Jet McLaughlin will have it. Of course, played Northern Knights games this year, 9 of them. McLaughlin will look towards the outer side with this kick. They do exit defensive 50, but it looks like it will only be momentarily. And win the ball back here to Lions. Traianu goes to Mitch Kalpakis, but it was the former who ran out of room of a boundary throw-in.
And just what you've noticed in terms of a pattern of this first quarter, Diamond Creek like to use those short kicks, but with the swarm of the Lions and the pressure, a lot of them are being intercepted or spoilt. So Diamond Creek will need to find a way to be a bit smarter with their possessions. Major
front spot in that ruck contest, gets the tap down, but it's kicked inside forward 54 South Morang and trickles over the boundary line once again in front of that scoreboard. So 22 and a half minutes gone in this first quarter of the MC Labour Division 2 Grand Final. Diamond Creek won the toss, chose to kick to the city end, but it's the market end which has proved to be the scoring end all day today so far, and has gone that way in the first quarter. South Morang with the only 2 goals. Stefano gets a tap down. Dintin Asante tackled and didn't dispose of that one correctly, so gives away the free kick, and Diamond Creek have it in defence. Going to go with a short one to Major. Has it on the half-back flank. A lot of the plays being on that outer side so far in this first quarter. Major going to go long down the line. A big pack of players forming. Almost flying over the top. It comes to ground. And Stefano wraps up his opponent. And will be thrown up on almost true centre wing outer side here at Preston City Oval. Stefano and Major doing the ruck work. Stefano just grabs that one out of the ruck once again. Gets the handball out to Potter. Gets it towards Sidhu, but he can't take clean possession. Pingree's in there. And eventually the ball does find its way out to Failer. He's set upon by a couple of Diamond Creek defenders, namely Andrew Elwood, and wrapped up inside the centre square. Umpire to restart play.
So not long to go, you would think, until quarter time. Here's Ty Hall, who got the handball away. Chasing onto this one is James Traianu, just trying to keep it in front of him. Doesn't take full possession of it yet. Eventually it spills out to Potter. Looping handball is okay to a teammate who's set upon quickly. It was to Christidis where he got that handball, but immediately Diamond Creek players all around, of course. Many of them on this stage only 12 months ago, looking to redeem themselves and get themselves back into Division 1. Major, again, Ty Hall, but couldn't control it, although there's a high contact free going to the line. So Kane Hall, can there be a bit of a spark now in this term? It's been a bit dour to say the least. Ball gets sent towards half forward. Lansfield flew from 3 deep. Keating under a bit of pressure. Almost a holding free kick. It is going to be a holding free kick, and it's going against South Morang. So the Creekers will just reset at half back. Not a lot of clean footy as we've come to expect, but neither side just able to get their transition ball movement going at the moment. It's going to be Joel Randall who resets from defensive 50. Again, it looks like the outer side is the place to go. Haven't opted to switch the ball too many times. They're going to send this one down the line off multiple hands. Barnes tried to clear it away. His kick was smothered. And a tunnelling free kick, I think, is going the way of South Morang. No, it's going to go to Diamond Creek, and they're going to push it towards the forward 50. It was a one-on-one. Front and centre on that occasion, it was Barnes. Got a high ball towards the top of the goal square. The mark's going to be paid. It will be paid to Tom Baird, and it will be Baird that is marched to only metres away from goal, and will all but certainly be Diamond Creek's opener in this grand final. Tom Baird, who's had a great final series, is going to kick his 8th major of the finals campaign. It was a nice mark as well that he was able to take, and Baird from point blank range will get the Creekers first of the grand final. Diamond Creek moved to 1 straight 6. South Morang 2-1-13. We're now 26 minutes gone in the opening term.
That's a great contested mark there from Tom Baird, and you felt like that was the first time in this first quarter where Diamond Creek have just been able to get a bit of space, a bit of run, and just have a really commanding ball drawn inside their forward 50. And it's a score they needed just to get on the board, get that confidence. You wouldn't expect there to be much longer in this first term, but just keeping it in the single digits is a boost for Diamond Creek.
Yeah, just able to come from behind to take that mark over Deacon Kalpakis, and Kalpakis threw him to ground afterwards, giving away the 50-metre penalty. So Baird kicks the first for Diamond Creek in this grand final. Still trailed by 7 points as we tick towards 27 minutes gone in this first quarter. Hall's in there, trying to gain clean possession. Barrow is there as well. Eventually comes out to Potter. Had a player tucking on his jumper, but breaks away, kicks inside forward 50. Punch comes from the Diamond Creek defender towards the wing. It's 2-on-1 in favour of South Morang, but Marshall does well to halve that contest and bring the ball out of bounds for Diamond Creek. So looking to ride the momentum of that first goal are the Creekers. As this first quarter winds down, can't be too long left. Just the 3 goals kicked so far. Stefano and Barrow preparing to do battle once again. Stefano just 2 hands in the back as siren sounds for quarter time here in the 2024 MC Labour Division 2 Grand Final. And it is South Morang 2-1-13 leading Diamond Creek 1 straight 6 as